I thought I was following a ridgeline, and I find myself just in the clouds on the edge of a cliff. I am searching the very bowels of my knowledge in order to drag up some sort of clue. OK, there's trees over here. Those trees that you can only just see through the mist. Their predominant growth is on this side, which is to the south. The bare side of the trees, the very lean growth, is towards the north because it gets less sun. That confirms that I'm heading in the right direction. I'm going north. I thought I was following a ridgeline, and I find myself just in the clouds on the edge of a cliff. I am searching the very bowels of my knowledge in order to drag up some sort of clue. That confirms that I'm heading in the right direction. I'm going north. The Himalayas is a serious environment to operate in at any time of year. Add monsoon rain and suddenly it becomes very dangerous. John is the guru of all survival instructors. He wrote the handbook that pilots use if they go down in aeroplanes. The fact that it's monsoon season, I think, is scaring me somewhat. It's not just a little bit of rain, it's going to be torrential rain.
So we've got the double whammy of all the rain and the altitude.
Got a lot of respect for Ed. He's done loads of stuff off his own back, but I'm a survival instructor. This is what I specialise in.
Could be anywhere in the world that's wet or dry, over the sea, over the mountains, over deserts, over jungles.
John Hudson, he's got a completely different take on survival to Ed. Ed's more of a traditionalist, but John is very much the military survivalist.
My plan is to get to the summit of this ridge.
Ed looks like he's finally gaining height. He should be pushing to reach a ridgeline because it looks like the weather may turn for the worse. Up in the mountains, when the fog comes in like this, the visibility is practically zero. Somebody takes a fall up there, getting them out, it's going to be nigh on impossible. Once you're out there, you're on your own.
Oh, wow. Actual open ground. Now, I've gained a lot of height and I don't want to lose the height. But I'm going to truck along and I'll do what's called contouring. So I'm going to move along the side of the ridge, save my height, not lose height. Yes, it's foggy. No, I can't see what's ahead. But at least I know I'm not in the middle of all those trees.
I'm coming out onto what appears to be a bit of a ridgeline in front of me.
Traditional navigation without map and compass, without GPS, is difficult at the best of times. In these kind of conditions, it makes it really, really hard. I can see from the tracker that Ed has found a ridgeline. If he can follow that ridge, it will lead him to the boulder fields at the base of the wall of rock.
There's monkeys ahead of me. There's one old granddaddy on the rock that's just sticking out there, 20 metres through the mist. And the monkeys have just disappeared up the ridgeline. The whole ridgeline in front of me is now being lost. From a navigational perspective, it's like the lights are being turned out. It's quite unnerving. I'm struggling to reorientate. That was the biggest golden eagle I have ever seen. That just came straight out of the mist. That was beautiful. That was as big as a condor.
For some reason, Ed has taken quite a drastic sort of right turn. He may have seen a trail that he can follow, but he's just gone off in a completely different direction.
I thought I was following a ridgeline, and I find myself just in the clouds on the edge of a cliff. I am searching the very bowels of my knowledge in order to drag up some sort of clue. Okay, there's trees over here. Those trees that you can only just see through the mist. Their predominant growth is on this side, which is to the south. The bare side of the trees, the very lean growth, is towards the north because it gets less sun. That confirms that I'm heading in the right direction. I'm going north.
One of the things we're constantly monitoring is the weather. And at the moment, I'm being told that there's a massive low depression coming over the mountains that we're working in. There's a very, very good chance of heavy rain. Any rain's going to be a pain up there, but heavy rain in those mountains is just going to be an absolute nightmare.